I think I'm going, now it's clicking over.
Okay.
All right. Hello, everybody, and happy Sunday. Welcome to another day of the 21-Day Mend Yourself Well Facebook Live Summit. I'm Dr. Jenna Zellers, your host, and I've been honored and privileged to interview one amazing woman a day for 21 days who has powerful, inspiring, motivational, educational information to share with us as a community. We are all seekers of the truth. We are all seekers of how to be better each and every way. And today we're going to talk about something that maybe we might forget about, how important this actually is to our overall health. And we have Jami Hammerton here sharing with us something about her passion and her purpose is all wrapped around how we clean. Jami, you're a fellow clean freak, so why don't you dive in and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are before we get to the meat and potatoes of what you have to share with us today.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Jenna. Thank you for having me on. This is really exciting. My name is Jami Hammerton, and I am a personal trainer by day and, well, by early morning. And I'm also a wife. I am a mom of cats, and I'm an aunt. I have lots of nieces and nephews all over the country, Washington, Ohio, here in Texas. And I'm also a Norwex Independent Sales Consultant. So I do a lot, but I love everything I do. And it's all wrapped around health and wellness and the whole body and soul. So I help people physically in training and working out and getting their mind right for how to have a better day, healthy day, a wealthy day, like with fitness. And then I teach them the cleaning part of it on the weekends, more on the weekends than the evenings. So I'm a busybody.
You are a busybody. You are a busy lady. I love it. I think that's what draws you and I together, is that we're both busy. We're both like constantly looking for that thing to stay busy, because we just have this insatiable desire to help people, because there's a lot of people that need a lot of help. Mm-hmm. And we can't do it all, but what we can do is do our part to find out what we're really good at, and then do that often. Mm-hmm. And so you're training people as a trainer. You have an amazing body. You work out really hard, and you've come, since I've known you in the last 6 years that you've been in Texas.
Oh yeah, it's already been 6 years. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know you've gone through a lot of your own transformations. But tell us how you got started in Norwex. Well, first, tell us a little bit about what Norwex is, and then let us know how you got started.
Okay, so Norwex is a company that is out of Norway. And if you know anything about Norway, they already are way ahead of us as far as trying to be eco-friendly, get ahead of the health, recycling, just everything and anything that comes to the earth and body. So they created a company out of Norway. It's called Norwex, and the whole Norwex name comes from Norway experience. And so this company, they wanted to provide a solution to the problems that we have every day with cleaning, whether it be it's expensive. I'm sick and tired of paying so much money for cleaning products, or I can't stand the smell of blank, or it takes so long to clean. I'm sick and tired of it, or I just don't have the time, or I don't want to do it. There's all these problems, and Norwex came with solutions, better solutions, not just for your time and for your money, but for your health and for the earth. So it's really cool to see, once you learn about Norwex, what their mission is and their values. And they didn't just think about the body, they thought about the world, the earth, and because when you buy these products, they come in plastic, and then this plastic gets thrown away in the landfills, and then what? So it's a whole big picture, and that really intrigued me. Mm-hmm. So how did I get into it? Many years back, my sister, who lives in Ohio, she was using Norwex. She's she's always been my role model for the crunchy lifestyle. I guess that's the new term in the past couple of years. And but that earthy, not so far as hippie, but more of like earthy green living, the organic way. And she opened my eyes to a whole nother world. And so I've always looked up to her, and I've always taken her word, and I've learned from her. But when it came to Norwex, I guess I wasn't ready for it. It just kind of went over my head. She had a couple of cloths and a certain netted dishcloth, and I just was like, okay, whatever. And I went on my way. And fast forward, I now live in Texas. I've been here 6+ years, soon to be 7 actually. And I'm on a different path. I'm so much healthier. I'm now a trainer. I'm writing a different book than I was when I was in Ohio. So my vision and my thoughts, and I'm open-minded to other things now. And Norwex came across my way, again, by accident. It was my sister-in-law who was having an online party, and she invited me, and I attended the party. It was a Sunday night, and I got to watch the whole thing and see all the demos and tutorials and the comparisons from, your disinfectant wipes to Norwex. And I was blown away, and I needed to know more, because every week I was complaining about my blue sponges that are in the kitchen that you buy brand new, and literally like 5 days later, they're stinky. And I've done everything I can to keep them fresh, but I can't. And so when they showed me a solution to my problem, it was game on. I had to know more. So that's how I got into Norwex. I didn't even become a customer. Well, I did, but I jumped into the business because I saw so much more behind being just a customer with it. I knew that there was so much more value to this company. So I jumped in all the way.
And you've always been a clean freak, haven't you?
Some would say so. I love organizing. Some say, they joke I'm OCD. I'm really not. If you see my home now, it's not the OCD style, but I do love cleaning. I enjoy it. And when I learned about green cleaning, like, your basic vinegar and baking soda, I got really excited and cleaned more. And the things that made me not enjoy cleaning were the toxic chemicals that I had to deal with on a day-to-day basis. But otherwise, I do love cleaning. I love cleaning. I love organizing. I'm a type A personality. And so this was right up my alley. And because I already focused on health with fitness, I was like, this fits right along with it. It's congruent, really, is what I want to say.
Yes, it's another layer of what you're living and what you're teaching and what you're sharing. So I love it. And it's congruent with the Mend Yourself Well message too. And that's really why I wanted to bring you on. So what I want to do is, for those in the audience who maybe aren't familiar with the hazards of all of the toxins that are in so many of our traditional cleaning products, Windex, 409, anything with bleach. Can you share a little bit about, how hazardous that is towards our health, all those chemicals?
Yes. So if we're talking about our own health, ours, our children's, our family, one of the known household products that most of us have, because just 2 years ago, I had this in my house, were disinfectant wipes, whatever brand they may be, green cleaning or not, they're still disinfectant wipes. And if you just take a minute and look on the container, there's all these warnings and hazards and signs that say that this is not a safe product. Yet we're keeping these in our house under lock and key, under our sink, to keep away from our children. Then when it's time to clean, we bust them out and spray them all over the surfaces for not only ourselves, but our children to touch and perhaps lick, because children love to lick windows, for us to do that and then put them back into our cupboards under lock and key. And we don't sit back and think, like, this doesn't make any sense. So if we want to go to disinfectant wipes, you read the back of the container, and it says, for your basic ones like Lysol or Clorox wipes, you have to take it and wipe the surfaces and let it set wet for at least 4 minutes. Now, one, it's going to dry before 4 minutes, so you have to use more wipes. Okay. And then After 4 minutes, once it's finally infected, then you have to wipe it with something other than that to clean up the chemical residue that's now on your surface. And how many of you do that? That's 2 things right there. I didn't do. And you're not supposed to wipe off food surfaces like your kitchen. But most of us keep our wipes in the kitchen and clean up the kitchen after we're done. So there's this vicious cycle. And so what does that do? Not only are we touching the wipes and we're absorbing them in our hand because our skin is our biggest organ, we are also inhaling, we're smelling in, breathing in those chemicals, okay? It's on our surfaces. It's not good for our respiratory system. We could be allergic to it, so it's irritating our skin. There's so many things to play into this. And if we go to the earth, the wipes don't break down. They're not dissolvable wipes. And then the plastic containers, that's another thing. And so you have to think about the whole picture. So for bleach, your Windex, window cleaner, your polish, like furniture cleaner, we're spraying those, but you think about it, it goes into the air, we're breathing that in. And then we wonder why we have maybe breathing problems, respiratory problems, a whole pack of things can happen. So I would suggest, if you're concerned about the chemicals that you have in your home, go to ewg.org and let it tell you everything, because that alone scared me. And it's a free website, non-for-profit. They provide you all the information that they can't put onto that label on the bottle because there's not enough room. So children that are growing up with breathing problems, like babies, it could be the Fabuloso that someone's using on the crib. It could be the bleach. You never know what it is, but we're filling our homes with these toxic chemicals, and then our home is more pollutant than the outside air.
And I just want to add a little bit of some clinical experience that I have with taking care of some patients. One of my favorite things to help people with, especially when they're really sick, they have an autoimmune condition, or like their body's attacking themselves, or they have some kind of diagnosis like thyroid or adrenal issue. So what happens is your liver, so your skin is the largest organ in your body, and it absorbs all of those toxins, but then your liver has to filter them. So from 20, 30, 40 years of like overly using chemicals, your liver, the filter in your body actually gets really backed up. And it's the liver that actually has a contributing factor. And this is just good information for anybody listening who wants to work on mending yourself well. Your liver has to filter all of that stuff. It has to filter the toxins that you use. It has to filter the toxins in the air. It has to filter the medicines you take, the foods you eat, the unhealthy beverages that you drink, all of those things. And what is really common about so many of the women that I'm treating with autoimmune issues through supplements and detox is that we actually recommend that they stop using harmful chemicals in their cleaning regimen, because it's just more insult to your liver. We're trying to detoxify their body. We can't successfully detox anybody if we keep re-insulting it with harmful chemicals. And a toxic and inflamed body, we've talked about this with Dr. Beth too, toxicity and inflammation are the 2 biggest reasons why people are sick and tired of being sick and tired. Mm-hmm. So it comes right back in. The chemicals that you're using in your home definitely tie into your body's overall health, whether you like it or not. So I'm a huge proponent to green cleaning, and then also, of course, taking care of the earth. It's like it goes hand in hand. The better we take care of ourselves, the better we're taking care of the planet, body, mind, and spirit. So love everything that you're. Why don't you tell us, now that we've talked about the problem, why don't you tell us a little bit about the solutions that Norwex offers and how simple the Norwex products are to use?
Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to talk about just the top products. So if you are new to Norwex and you're like, I don't know what to get, just give me the 2 top things. Okay, done. I can show you. So we have, I didn't tell you exactly what it is. So Norwex makes the highest quality, world-leading microfiber cloth out there. And most people, when they hear microfiber, they cringe because when you touch a microfiber cloth, it catches on your fingers and you don't like it. Well, that's because it's a very low quality, but I didn't know that growing up. So when you touch the microfiber of a Norwex cloth, it doesn't do that because it's so dense and so woven with so much thread that you want to imagine that this cloth has like a million fingers. So when you get it wet and you wipe your surfaces, it's like a million fingers picking up everything instead of you taking a chemical and spraying it. So I teach people how to clean mechanically versus chemically. And that was a light bulb for a lot of people. It's like, oh, it's a mechanical clean because you don't need to kill the bacteria on your surface. How about we just remove it? Yeah. So all the cloths, I can show you, this may be backwards, but you can see here, it says, oh, it's not backwards? Okay. So Norwex is, every single cloth has this little loop right here. Okay. And it has the label. So I'll go back to that in a second, but the cloth here, you can see, this is one of my used cloths. It's called the Enviro cloth. This is our #1 cloth. It's Enviro E for everything. So if you forget what it's for, it actually tells you on the label here, if you can see right there, Enviro, and it might be backwards, but Enviro, E for everything. So you get this wet and you fold it, okay, in quarters, and you just wipe the surface flat. You wipe the surfaces that you're cleaning, and then you can switch sides and you can fold it to the other side when you feel it's necessary. But then when you're done using it, whether you're cleaning your kitchen counter or your bathroom, you run it under hot water, rinse it really, really well. And then that tag I showed you, you hang it to dry. Now, the coolest thing about this cloth is not that it just picks up to 99% of bacteria, but there's silver in the cloth. Silver is an antimicrobial. Okay, so what makes this world leading also is that the silver, when it's drying, it goes to work and disinfects the cloth while it's drying. So it's not going to smell mildewy, dingy, like that bacteria smell that your typical cotton cloths would smell like after day 2. So you can continue using this for a week or even longer before you have to throw it in the laundry. So you have any questions first before I keep going?
So what is like the typical lifespan of a cloth like that?
It has a 2-year warranty, but it can last, you could have this cloth for 10 years, even longer. I know people that have had them longer. I haven't even known about the company that long. So, but this cloth will last you as long as you treat it well. And I can tell you about that in a minute. It will treat you well and last for as long as it can handle. I mean, 10 plus years. So the money you invest in this one cloth is so worth it. So worth it.
Yeah. So the silver doesn't break down as far as you know over
Nope.
those years?
Nope. And so if for some reason, like within that 2-year mark, something happens to it, it starts to unthread for whatever reason, because, things can happen. The company will replace it. No questions asked. They will send you a brand new one. But to know that there's a 2-year warranty on it, that's pretty cool. So I like that because our company is, if you look up our company, you can't really find negative reviews. And sometimes I search for those because I'm like, our company seems too good to be true. Come on, there's got to be something. Well, usually when there's a negative, it's because it's just a user error and they just don't know. So with this being said, this is the Enviro cloth. So it cleans everything, anything and everything you want. Then I have another one. It's, you okay?
With just water, right?
Oh yes, just water. I forgot to tell you that part if I didn't say it. Sorry, I saw you shaking your head no.
That's okay, sorry.
No, it's okay. So yes, just water.
Okay, so a minute ago you talked about baking soda and vinegar. Is that what you used before you found Norwex, or do you still use that even with your Norwex products?
I don't really use it anymore. I mean, I don't use it anymore. I could if I wanted, but I don't need to. Maybe for tougher jobs, I'll bust it out for, certain jobs, but Norwex also has a solution for that too. So there's kind of equal measures of that. But really, this has a tough enough, oh, what do you want to call it? It's tough enough for those hard to pick up jobs like sticky residue, but it's tender, like soft enough to pick up just easy, like dusting. So yeah, this just water, and you can even get a spray bottle of water. It just has water in it. So these two go hand in hand. However, if you know me and you've been to my home, you won't be able to find a paper towel in my house anywhere. And I love it because it's been since July of last year, so 2017, that we ran out of paper towels, and I made it a mission to never buy another roll. And
Wow.
yeah, so we haven't bought another roll. So just imagine how much money I've been saving not buying another paper towel. So
not only money, I mean your carbon footprint here on this planet.
yes.
That's awesome. You and Blake combined. So that's really great.
Yes. And I have the facts. I can't remember off the top of my head, and I can post them later, but the amount of trees that are cut down every single day for our habit of using paper towels just in America, it's pretty gross. So yeah, with that being said, we have the second cloth. It's purple. You can only buy it in purple. You can get it in pink, but that's if you host a demo with me. But purple, think of purple polish. So this actually has the label on it, window. Okay. Window means that you can use this in place of paper towels and your Windex. So this will clean your mirrors, your glass, your windows, your car windows to a streak-free shine. So use this first, wet, and then you use this to dry the glass or mirrors, your stainless steel, and there will be 0 streaks. And again, it's just with water.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. I think we're going to have a party, Jami.
I just had one at my house the other night on Friday night, and it was fun because I do certain demos, and I don't want to tell you now, but I do certain demos that blow people's mind, and the things that I use, and like the things that we use on a daily or weekly basis. And I show them how to clean it with just water and these, and they just can't believe it. And I'm like, you don't have to buy another bottle of window cleaner ever again. So going back to your question, you asked me if I still used, before Norwex, I used green cleaners, like 7th generation and Method. And I'm not saying those are bad. They're not. But just when we think that's the best solution, there's even a better one. So everyone's on their own timeline. What's that?
I was going to say that's like the best you can find in the stores, but you don't have to go to the store. And that's what we're sharing today, is you don't have to get those bottles of stuff over and over and over, and you can reduce your carbon footprint. You don't even have to have I mean, I'm sure there's some probably level of toxicity, even if it's a smaller amount than the other brands. I'm sure that there's something. I don't know. I haven't done the research. You might know the answer.
Yeah, well, and even if we're talking about the disinfectant wipes, I was using 7th generation, and I'm not bashing the company. They're a great company, but if you have to read the instructions, because they're a greener product, it takes a little bit longer for them to do the work. And so if you're cleaning up your kitchen and there's like raw chicken, for example, you have to use that 7th generation disinfectant wipe. You have to let it set for 10 minutes. Whereas the other brand that I mentioned earlier, that's harsher, it's only 4, still a long time. But you have to think about the green cleaning products we're using, we may not even be using them correctly. So why not take all the guessing out of it and just use water? Sounds good to me.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you so much. Now that we've been talking about, I just have one more question for you. As a mechanical cleaner, what does Mend Yourself Well look like to you?
What does Mend Yourself Well look like to me, with like in regard to what we just talked about?
Yeah, or whatever you feel called to share for our audience. Inspire them with your journey of mending yourself well.
Well, I, for one, I don't have children. but I have a husband and I have family. And although I like cleaning, I don't want to spend all my time doing it. So for me, time is so valuable, and cleaning has to happen. I don't have a cleaning lady. And even if I did, it's still her time too. So for me, the Norwex offers cutting down my time in cleaning, the necessary things I need to do so that I can spend more time doing what I love. That alone is mend yourself well, because I like to overpack my schedule so much, and I don't know why I do it. But I'm learning to say no to things and give myself space. And Dr. Jenna, I read your email the other day, how you just needed to schedule an hour to yourself. And it's so important. I'm like, you're right, I need to. And if I spend all my time cleaning, then what is that? I'm not valuing my time. So for Norwex, and a lot of moms I know and dads, they're like, I love it because I'm in and out. I cleaned my blank so quickly, and then I was able to get back to my children. Yeah. Or whatever it may be. Or it's spending quality time with their kids, because little kids, for some reason, they want to jump in and clean with you. So we buy them cleaning toys, but why not give them something useful and safe, and they can join in with you. And now you're having quality family time. That is mend yourself well. And I could go on and on, but we'll stick with the time.
Okay. I love that. I love that a lot. So thank you so much. And you have a giveaway. You actually have a giveaway for everybody, which is so generous. So tell us a little bit about how everyone can benefit with your generous mission today.
So for those that are watching, I'm offering 20% off a one-time order, which is a really great deal. And you have to reach out to me personally to do so, so that I can help you with that. But I want to offer that because I want you to give it a shot. You won't regret giving Norwex a chance. Even if you're not ready for that next step, just get it into your house. And when you're ready to use it, it's there for you. So 20% off of your order. And then the one-time, the prize, is that the giveaway?
Yeah.
That one.
Everybody is going to off, and then you have a giveaway for one lucky winner is going to get what?
They're going to get, we call it the basic package, and it's the two cloths that I just shared with you, the Enviro cloth and the window cloth. You're going to win these for free. So awesome. That's a great way to start green cleaning in your home, the greenest you can ever get. So one winner will win the basic package from me personally. And then everyone else an offer of 20% off their order, a one-time order.
Awesome. Great. So the winner for the basic package of those two cloths, that winner is going to be chosen tomorrow. So be sure, if you're wanting those cloths, tune in tomorrow to find out if you're the winner. Jamie, I'm going to have you help me pick a winner for yesterday's giveaway, which was a book from Miss Karen Williams Johnston. She is the author and photographer for a photo book, Ageless. And so I'd like for you to help me pick a number between 2 and 88 for that giveaway.
2 and 88. 52.
Oh, that's a nice number. 52. Awesome. So this winner goes to Trista Banta. Awesome. So we will make sure that we connect Karen and Trista together, as she is the winner for yesterday's giveaway. So me tomorrow, we'll make sure to connect the lucky winner for your two cloths. Is there anything else that you want to add for today?
I mean, I know that if you're new to the green cleaning life, it can be really overwhelming. So just take it one step at a time. For me, like I said, when I first learned about Norwex, I wasn't ready for it. But I'm open-minded, and I invite everyone to be open-minded to all the options out there, as far as when it comes to your health, because you never know when you're ready for it. And if it's, whether it's a fitness, food, your time, cleaning, I mean, one step at a time. Don't feel like you have to know it all at once, because I'm still on a journey and I've got a long road ahead of me. So just take it one step at a time, and know that even, I guess, know that even if you feel slow to the process, you're already on the right track.
Yes, and I think that's just such a great message, because we've been sharing, I mean, I think you're the 11th or 12th person I've interviewed, and every day we're putting a lot of information out there, and it's really just to kind of get the wheels turning. It's not to say, okay, in 21 days you need to be this healthy. Like, it's just to like share information that everybody needs to know, and then you can just process it and take it on a path that fits for you, and not to be overwhelmed with any of it. So thank you for that reminder. I think it's helpful, especially like now that we're halfway through this summit, of just do what you can, be the best that you can, one step at a time. Start your journey, or continue your journey of mending yourself well. Thank you, Jami, so much for being our guest today. It was awesome. And I hope you guys enjoyed having Jami on the line. And we'll be back tomorrow with another episode of our 21 Day Summit. Everybody have a great